Hi everyone, this is Shirley from Shirley's World again, and I'm on now. As soon as I get my thing set up here, I'm on to do the scope about making this chicken Parmesan in the crock pot. I got this recipe on I think Pinterest, pretty sure. Hi Kim, thanks for joining. So I have it all printed out here, so I have to do some reading here. I have the chicken breasts, and they said to cut them lengthwise. So I cut them lengthwise. So I had 2 chicken breasts, so now I have 4 pieces. So, and I'm going to brown them, or just braise them first in a pan, because I think that seals in the taste a little bit better when you're doing the crock pot. So some meat I braise first, and then throw it in. In the meantime, it says put a can of crushed tomatoes, which is this 28, this big can, in the crock pot. One can, 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. Well, this is 15 ounce, so maybe I should just put half of that. The 3 ounce of the little tomato paste in there. I just want to braise this a little bit. And what's next here? 2 cloves of garlic. Well, look how huge this clove is. So I'm just going to do this one. Minced, and we put these other chickens. Put these out. Put these other. I just want these raised a little bit. I don't have my mic on because I had to send for the extension cords. You know, the Rode mic works really well, but its cord is only, I don't know, 4 feet long. I mean, you can't be walking all over the kitchen and attached to your camera, or you'd be yanking your camera off its stand. So I just sent yesterday for the extension cord, which gives me another 6 or 7 feet, I think, at least. The other choice was 20 feet. So if this 6-foot one doesn't work, I'll have to send for the really long one. And I'll be tripping over the cord. So that's all I'm going to do, the braising. That's done. And rinse that up. I have to cut up this, mince this garlic. And minced and smashed, it says. Or smashed and minced. Minced or pressed. Okay, I don't have a press. I don't have one of those pressers. I should buy one of those because I hate to get the smell of garlic on my hands. It stays on all day long. This as small as I possibly can. Oh, another thing. This recipe, it's not in the recipe, but I'll tell you, anytime I use tomato sauce, and this has a lot of it, of course, I put a little bit of brown sugar in with anything made with tomato sauce. It cuts the acid of the tomatoes, and I like it a little bit sweet. I don't like the real tangy tomato sauce, so I have to do that yet. I have to add a little bit of brown sugar in there. It's probably not real Italian, but put this garlic in here. Salt, pepper, and basil. Okay. This is a whole tablespoon of basil. Wow. It doesn't say fresh or... It's a lot of basil for dried. I should have went out and cut some basil from my garden. Doesn't that seem like a lot of basil? A whole tablespoon? Maybe I'll just won't put quite that much. Oh. Stir it all around. Tomato paste in there. Brown sugar. I'm going to put like a heaping tablespoon. Maybe a little more. And I put it in my spaghetti sauce and everything. Anything with tomatoes. A little bit of brown sugar. Salt and pepper. And I think that's it. You put that in the crockpot. Cook on high for 4 hours. I never cook on high on my crock pot, so I'm gonna let's put the chicken in. Where's my fork? I put it on high to begin with, like to make sure it gets heated really fast, and then I put it down to low, so mine's going to take longer than that. Let's make sure I have everything in here. Tomato paste, salt, pepper, basil. Okay, the Parmesan cheese, breadcrumbs, and all that stuff is later, so put my chicken in here on top.
You remember it?
Yeah, I remember. Well, that's the main part of the chicken Parmesan. I think I'll remember. I hope. Lay your chicken on there, in there. Just like that, I guess. And then I'm going to put it over onto the crock pot and turn it on. And that's it. I hope this is good. I'll do the other part later on. So let me get this on first. Hi. I put my timer on for 10 minutes. Reminds me to put it from high to low. I have to use a timer for everything, or I just go off and do something else and forget entirely what I'm supposed to do. So that's it to begin with, so that was quick. And later on, here's what you're supposed to do. Okay. After your crock pot part, when it's done with your how many hours you're going to keep it in there, you remove the chicken from the slow cooker, you stir the sauce, you place the chicken back on top of the sauce and top it with this Parmesan cheese. You're going to have 2 cups of Parmesan cheese, it says. Not Parmesan, I'm sorry. Mozzarella. Mozzarella cheese. 2 cups of shredded mozzarella. You're going to put that on top of your chicken and put it back in the microwave until that's all melted. Then you bring it out and you do your breadcrumbs. You heat up your breadcrumbs, like either breadcrumbs. I would use the panko, the bigger ones. Yeah, I have some, thank goodness. And with some oil. It says olive oil. Or maybe butter. I'd use a combination maybe. And then you cook them, stirring them around the breadcrumbs, and then when you serve your chicken, that's when you put the breadcrumbs over the top. That's what it says here. To serve, scoop out a piece of chicken with some sauce underneath and place over your pasta. You know that you're going to have like whatever kind of pasta you want. And then top with a big scoop of the crispy breadcrumbs. So that's what we're going to do, but that's after the crock pot part of it. So that is the recipe. This recipe is on my Pinterest page. It says slow cooker chicken Parmesan. So you can find this on my Pinterest page, Shirley Corwin. So I will be back later and show you what this dinner looks like. So thanks for stopping by.